I am so excited to see what happens next year for two reasons. Joni Patri is a Vedic astrologer who has made a lot of videos about the election and other things like that. And she made a video recently saying that she feels that there will be some kind of really, really big like awakening next year. So next year around like July, she was saying that there would be some kind of mass awakening. And I think it's really interesting because the other person who said something about 2026 is Chris Bledsoe, who claims that he had a visitation from a lady who's like this extraterrestrial lady, and she told him that when Regulus lines up with the star, or when Regulus aligns with the Sphinx. So if you look up the dates of when that happens in 2026, that happens at 5:30 October 7th. So I think that it could be a really interesting year. Like, just like, if you're on the fence, like, just stay alive long enough to see. um, but also, I had this really, really weird date set in my phone that I set years ago because a long time ago in like 2007 or 2008, maybe it was a little later, 2015 maybe, or 14, I stumbled across this website called Academia Omnilux. And if you look it up now, it's now called like Illuminati Info. And I think they took it down, but it was up for years and years. And they had all this weird stuff, like it was linked to NASA and solar flares. And like there were all these weird things talking about like the coming date that was coming. And it was like years ago. So like I put this date in my phone because I thought that it was interesting. Like, what are these people talking about? And it was like this pyramid. There were all these different weird like pages where you could get to them with using different like riddles and like magic squares. So you had to like complete the riddle, answer different questions. They were like occult questions, like riddles. And then you can get into other various parts of the site. And also there were these like hidden buttons. And I nerded out on this. I contacted people. I tried to find out like other people who had seen this website. And some people thought maybe it was like a weird project for like a computer programmer, like website designer. But honestly, like there was so much detail. There would be like ways to invert it, make like the color backwards. And like if you clicked on certain parts of the page, I could see where it would be a project, but also like there were members in it. Like it's not active anymore, but there were members in it that were from like all over the place. And then it did have like the Bavarian Illuminati and like the hierarchy of it. It was really weird. But I was so interested and perplexed. Out of curiosity, I put the date and it just recently happened. Hold on, let me look at the date. So the date is July 4th, and it was from 2025 of this year. And like when I got the notification on my phone, I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this because it was literally years ago that I said it and nothing happened. So I actually feel like there are weird changes going on in the world, and that the astrology and like whatever this website was, and like, you know, like between the Mayan prophecy of like 2012 and the like Hindu cosmology idea that there are ages and like we're in the last Kali Yuga, and there are a couple different writers, scholars who wrote books like the Holy Science about like the cycle that we're in, and that we actually like just ended a cycle and we're starting a new cycle. And this was like really similar to what like Joni Patri was saying. I don't see anything for 2026 when I looked at the astrology, but I'm also like specifically standing out during those times, but I also don't have nearly the wisdom and knowledge of her, and I don't know the system that she uses, Vedic astrology, as well as she does. But I think that really weird extraterrestrial Chris Bledsoe episode combined with this, and like just all of the weird, like the Hopi prophecies and everything, I think, what we're all waiting for is like 2026, like aliens to come down or just something really monumental to happen. So if this time next year, if like next time next year in July or October nothing happens, then I guess we just collectively all stop believing all of these things from now on.